everyone to the Chasta and Huey podcast. It's like hanging out with your childhood buddies at a dive bar having a beer together. Throw your headphones. Or better yet, they're like a security blanket. Maybe a little itchy, but still warm and cozy. It's time for the show. Here's Chasta and Huey. Cheers.
Cheers, brother
Cheers.
man. Happy Monday. How we doing?
I'm doing awesome. I'm not gonna lie, really good. It was an awesome weekend. If you couldn't tell from the shirt, I'm wearing my MxPx shirt, MxPx Fillmore shirt.
Yep.
That made.
You went twice, 2 nights in a row to see MxPx. Tell us about it.
Yes, I went Friday night down to the Callis Club in Santa Cruz, the MxPx and the Ataris open up. And then Saturday night, same lineup, the Ataris and MxPx at the Fillmore. Incredible. So much fun. First off, never been to the Callis Club in Santa Cruz.
Yeah.
Awesome spot, venue there. I mean, unfortunately, we kind of know it might not be around long term. So, but nonetheless, it was cool to be there. Great catching up with our boy, Mike Davenport from the Ataris, bass player. That guy does it all. Shout out to him. He's obviously the bass player in the band. He's the tour manager. His family is doing the merch. He has his son and daughter during the merch table. Does it all for the band. And so it was really cool. And he introduced me to 2 other members, the guitarist and drummer. They were great as well. And then I was back. I never been to the Callis Club, so I didn't know where backstage was, but I had all access apparently. So I'm walking and I'm like, where do I go? And I finally go back and it's like, it's not the best backstage area that I've ever seen before. It's kind of like a back patio kind of.
Yeah.
So I get out there and I'm like walking around and I see like this dressing room and I see Mike on the couch and he's like, "Hey, Huey." And I'm like, "Hey," hug it out and everything. And I'm like, "Where's the MxPx guys?" And then all of a sudden I look out the door again and they're coming in. Immediately saw Mike Herrera. I pointed at him. I was like, "Mike." And he's like, "Hey." And he came up, gave me a big hug. And then we chit chat for a bit, and then I introduced myself to the other band members. So got the updated photo with Mike Herrera. So if you go to the Bones Instagram page, you can see us from 2002, the Vans Warped Tour, Pierce 3032 in San Francisco, and then this past Friday night, 2026 Callis Club in Santa Cruz. Wow. So very cool, awesome, amazing show, sounded great. Fillmore, I thought it was even better. They sounded better. I thought the crowd was better. It was sold out, like hometown show, so I'm biased to that, but it was incredible. Hung out with them again, and then it was really cool. Just overall, super fun. Just amazed how MxPx, how started out like this punk rock, pop punk band, and they've like matured into this big sounding, tight, big sounding rock band. And the Fillmore, it sounded incredible. And
that's awesome. I
lucked out. So they had a poster for both nights. I didn't get them. I didn't get the first night. It was sold out. The Fillmore one, I should have got it, but I was like, wait. I actually got the Fillmore poster version. So shout out Mike from the Ataris. He gave one to me. And then I went upstairs and I had all 4 members of MxPx sign it. So
that's awesome.
Mike, Tom, Yuri, and Chris, they all signed it. So I guess this is kind of a rare thing. It's a Fillmore poster for MxPx, but with all 4 members signed. So thank you guys for doing that. So I have to
that's frame worthy for sure. Yeah, absolutely. That's so cool. Absolutely. Do you have like an all access badge or anything that came along with that?
It had like a sticker. Said like Fillmore Gas for MxPx, but it was kind of like more of those generic stickers. It wasn't like the like the Death Angel.
The Death Angel one, yeah.
I actually have that one here.
I did a shadow box for. Oh yeah. I did a shadow box for. I was gonna say it looks folded. I did a shadow box for Jay with all that Fillmore stuff, and it looks really cool. It's got like the guest or the artist pass and everything, the lanyard. It's neat.
Yeah. It was so much fun. So I got the shirt, and I got a couple other shirts, a hat. So no, it was fun. It was great to talk to those guys and meet them formally in person. So hopefully, they come back again. I think the last time they played San Francisco was Slim's 2007. And last time I played the Fillmore, I think it was like back in 2001, opened up for Joe Strummer of the Clash fame. So it was great. No, nonetheless, I'm super happy. It was awesome. Really great stuff. Just hanging out with those guys. Unfortunately, they are from Bremerton, Washington, about an hour outside of Seattle. So they're all happy because they're Seattle Seahawks fans. So they're going to the Super Bowl. So we had some fun talking football and stuff. But Amazing stuff. So yes. How about you? How was your weekend?
It was good. It was very celebratory. So I won't get into too much detail, but Jay's dad had a heart procedure, and so he came through that with flying colors. So yay!
Okay.
On Saturday, we got to go hang out with him and have dinner and celebrate that he is healthy. Yay! So he's working his way back, and we're really proud of him. So that was awesome. And then also went to a friend's celebration cancer remission party.
Cool.
My friend Jess, she beat ovarian cancer, and I'm so proud of her. So they had at OPL, they had a party for her.
Wow.
That was really cool. Yeah.
That's really
good. Big deal. And then Sunday, Cody had a gig. He had a banjo gig. He is now the coffee shop kid. He plays at coffee shops. So we had a gig on Sunday, which was really, really fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So what is he playing? What songs is he playing? Is it like
they're all stuff you would very likely not know.
Okay.
Things like Shady Grove, or he'll play some gospel tunes like I'll Fly Away.
Okay.
Which was a song that my grandma sang to me as a little girl whenever she would put me to bed. Most of the songs he plays are like 80 to 100 years old.
Wow.
So,
okay.
Yeah, they're all old stuff.
Okay.
But it's cool. He's very good. Dan DeLay's on with us. Hey, what's up, brother? It's so good to see you. He says, my friends, I've missed the last 2 episodes, but we're back.
Nice.
We're back, baby. Used to be label mates with MxPx. Look at you, rock star.
That is awesome.
That's so awesome.
Dan, are you talking about Tooth and Nail, or is it A&M? Which label were you? Yeah, let us know. And
that's super cool. The coffee shop kid. We should totally trademark that. I want to make some merch for the coffee shop kid. I love that. That's great.
Yes. Sorry, no, sorry. What? Dan, you're on Tooth and Nail? Oh, really?
Are you currently?
It's interesting. Okay, very cool. But no, nonetheless, it's just. Sorry, I was just thinking like there's just so much going on like for you and I this week, getting ready for the
Crazy.
Super Bowl week, the following week, everything's just so much going on. So nonetheless, it was good to kind of get that rock and roll feeling out. Oh, shout out saw No Name, our buddy No Name.
How was that on Saturday? Yeah.
It really good. I'll give you more details privately, but nonetheless, it was just he's doing as best as he can, considering what he's been through lately. If you guys follow No Name, legendary Bay Area radio DJ, he's been kind of posting about what he's been going through. Lost his wife about 4 months ago, so we had breakfast, me and our mutual friend Mr. Dave Armstrong, Billy Joe Armstrong from Green Day's older brother. So 3 of us had breakfast out in Castro Valley, or we met up in Castro Valley, and then he took us to one of his spots in Hayward. So
nice.
It literally was almost 4 hours. It's like we met up at 10 o'clock. We were hanging in the backyard talking for a bit. Then had lunch, and I probably didn't leave Hayward until about like 1:30 ish.
Oh my gosh! Holy crap! That's
about over 3.5 hours. Yeah, so it was
wow.
Great. So,
your camera just backed up. That was weird. It went like bloop, and like all of a sudden you
really?
Far away. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. That was weird.
I have a wireless mouse now.
Oh, maybe that's what it was. It
my God!
Zoomed out all of a sudden. That was funny. Okay, so we got hold on, I have to pull it up here. We got a message that made me laugh so hard that I was like, okay, we need to start out with Huey Help, because sometimes we do Huey Help last and then we yammer so long that we don't get to it, but I feel like we should start it since we have limited time today.
Okay.
If you've got trouble, we've got the cure for what ails ya.
The Bay Area's bestie, Huey, is here with advice.
It's Huey Help.
Okay. So before I go into this, I should preface with, keep in mind that Huey and I have worked together for 15 years, I think, roughly.
I think
15
so.
years. Yeah, we met through work, but also are besties that hang out all the time.
Yes.
Often on the weekends, like whatever we're doing, we're typically doing together unless like we have family stuff or whatever, like this weekend. Like usually I would have been at MxPx with you.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's like Jay and I's like third partner. I don't like the term third wheel. Like I don't like that. That sounds like a negative.
Yeah.
It's a positive when our brother Huey is with us. It's a positive.
Yeah.
So just keep all of that in mind. We are work friends, but we're actually real life friends.
Yes.
It's important with this message from Tyson. So he said, I genuinely like one of my coworkers and we get along great at work. Okay, awesome. But I have zero interest in hanging out or being friends outside of the office. They keep suggesting grabbing drinks or doing things on weekends, and I can tell they're trying to turn this into a real friendship, which makes me feel awkward for not wanting the same thing. It's not about disliking them. I just really prefer to keep my work life and personal life separate. I'm worried that turning them down too directly could make things weird at work, but constantly dodging invites feels dishonest too. How do I turn them down without damaging our good working relationship?
Man, that's a lot to take in right there.
It is. It's a tricky one.
Man, let me think, because I'm just thinking, did that fix my camera?
It did. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Know. Yeah.
All right.
See,
all right. There we go.
See?
Okay.
What do you have, a switcher now? What is happening?
No. Okay. So my webcam, my mouse, it's all Logitech, and there are actually like desktop apps you can use to adjust the settings. So I don't know why it changed my settings like that. Hey, look. I can
weird.
So anyway, I got it fixed.
Your nose hairs.
I don't know. I was like figuring out what happened here. Okay. So yeah, work friends versus real life friends. That is so relatable, because you and I, obviously, yeah, like you said, worked together for a long time, but like our friendship is actually outside the building as well. So like we're best friends. We do a lot of stuff together. I come over to your house, family events, birthday parties, all that stuff.
All of it. Yeah.
But yeah, it's interesting. That is an interesting dynamic, because I realized over the years, I have like a lot of friends at work that I'm close with and have done lunch and stuff. Mm-hmm. And then I realized the second like they move on, either like being fired or they quit, go to a better job, different job, whatever the case may be, I lose contact with them. Yeah. It's really, it's sad, because I know sometimes like when people leave the job, I'm like in my back of my head, I know in reality, I'm never going to see them again, or barely see them. Yeah. And it's a bummer. But I know it happens to all of us. I think we have like that dynamic, that working relationship with people. But yeah, it only exists there because we're kind of forced, obviously, to be friends because we're working in the same environment, same company. But how do you like, I don't know. Is there some sort of compromise though? Like you don't want to hurt their feelings, but could you every once in a while maybe do something outside the office with them?
I mean, I was going to say
lunch,
that, like
lunch or drinks.
But sort of keep, like, I don't want to say keep your guard up. That's a really shitty thing to say, but you understand what I mean. Like, do things, but not all the time. You don't have to become besties with them. Yeah. But if you go get a drink, I mean, a lot of times in those situations, you end up talking about work anyway. It's like work extended, since that's what your common ground is. But you could also be honest. I know that's like the lame answer, but you could just say like, hey, I really want to like, I would love to go to dinner, but just so you know, like, I really like keeping my work life and my personal life separate. And that has nothing to do with you. That's just like, that's a me preference. And I mean, I would just probably be honest.
But yeah, I absolutely be honest, be upfront. Like, listen, but then at the same time, hopefully the person that you're telling that to can read between the lines. Like, okay, you're trying to keep it separate. All right. So our friendship exists here. I'll be mature and make the best of it. When we're here at work, we're cool and everything. And then at the end of the day, we go our separate ways. Hopefully the responsible, mature person can see that and just work with it. I think
you said two words that are not really a thing very often anymore, which are responsible and mature. Yeah, that's kind of rare.
Yeah, because I think anyone who becomes petty like that and like makes it a weird situation, then that's just weird on their part. Like they got their own.
You wouldn't want them as a friend anyway.
Yeah, they got their own issues, and if they're like being passive aggressive towards you after that. Yeah. Then they're just weird people. Like screw them in general. Yeah. If they can't respect your boundaries, then something's wrong with them. And then you're right. The friendship maybe wasn't really real to begin with. But it's interesting though, because like for me, my mentality, if I'm really good friends with someone at work, most of the time it does turn to like a friendship outside of work. So I would even say Tyson here, who's writing this, like, I don't know. Like, are you like, you have a limit on how many friends you could have in your life outside of work? Like, that's kind of weird to me a little bit too, to play devil's advocate here. It's like we met through work initially, but it turned to a great friendship outside of work. Yeah. But unfortunately, like I said earlier, like there's a lot of people who I became friends with at work, and I thought it was going to be turned to great friends outside of work, and it didn't. And that is heartbreaking.
I've had that happen where I thought
very heartbreaking.
We were. Yeah, that sucks. That always sucks.
So yeah, I mean, I guess you could be somewhat vocal. I mean, you could do your best to throw maybe constant excuses like, oh, I can't do this. Like, it'd be like, okay, maybe start out small, like have lunch with them and see how they are. And if it's cool, then yeah, maybe it could progress more, hanging out more outside of work, or yeah, have after work drinks with them, kind of test it out. Cause maybe this person, maybe Tyson here, maybe dude, you just don't know yet. Like you're quick to rush to judgment. Maybe you guys could be like awesome friends outside of work too. Like I'll even give that viewpoint. So maybe, dip your toe in the water, see what they're like outside of the actual office building and see, they could be cool to hang out with. You might be missing out on an amazing friendship there.
Yeah, I'm wondering, like, back to Tyson, kind of kicking the ball back to him, like, how social are you? Are you just not a social person? Because that could, if you're like an introvert and you're just not interested in having a lot of friends, then, I mean, that's just a boundary that you have to figure out, not just with this situation, but for the rest of your life, because this will come up again where you don't want a lot of social interaction. You're not looking for extra friends. So that piece of information would be important. And I understand that. Like, I like to keep my friendship group pretty small. And I have reasons for that. I've been burned before. And so I'm just like, as far as who I really trust is just, I like it like that. But I do have friends that we work with that are very close. I mean, Mari is one of my best friends too. Andrea Fox, one of my best friends. So like, there are definitely what?
No,
what are you giggling at?
Well, no, because it got me thinking, because there are some people who I've hung out outside of work, like, and all we do is talk about is just work stuff. And I'm like, we could just save this in the office. It's like, I'm trying to get to know you as a person. So it's funny sometimes when you meet with someone outside of work and you realize, there's not a lot of substance
there's
here.
There's not a lot there.
To this friendship though. But no, it's just, but there are some people, it's interesting, people you reference, and like, I don't have that type of friendship with them outside of work. You get what I'm saying?
Okay. Well, here's the thing. I mean, like, if we're being honest, I'm sure they just love that I'm calling them out by name. I probably shouldn't be doing that. But like Mari, I don't see as often as I would like. But her and I text almost every day. Andrea Fox, I fucking love. I love her so much. Again, I don't get to see her that often. She has a boyfriend. It's just, but we don't get to see each other. But like, if I left today, let's say I did not work for Cumulus anymore. There are a handful, and there's more than just Mari and Andrea. I'm using them as an example. But like, there are a couple people I would want to hold on to if I could. Like, I would make a concerted effort to continue that friendship. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I'm glad to hear you say that, because it really is unfortunate, people we've worked with who've moved on and we don't hear from. But like, for example, like, Tonelli, like the fact I still have a great friendship with him, and we've hung out outside of work still over the last year since he's been gone working with us. So I'm very thankful for that and respect he maintains that too. So like, he's a perfect example of someone who's a good friend to have for that type of situation.
He's a great friend until he signs you up to MC things that you.
It's an inside joke. I know.
It is an inside joke. I love him, but sometimes I want to kill him too.
But no, it is really a bummer though. Like the friends you have only at work, and then once they leave, it goes away. That's always a bummer too. So I mean, like in today's world, I think most people need to be vocal about how they're feeling, and if you can't express yourself, then that's wrong too. Like that like, you should be able to express how you're feeling to your coworker and set those boundaries. And hopefully the other person can reciprocate and like understand and work with that. But then at the same time, like I said, play devil's advocate, maybe dip your toe outside the office walls and see if it could be a really cool friend that you're afraid to, or you had no idea that could be more to begin with.
I have been told, I have to be careful. I have been told before that I couldn't be a boss of people like you and Lamont. And Tonelli at the time, because I was too close to you. That I was going to have to choose. If I wanted to be the boss, I couldn't be friends. And I was like, well, that's not possible. These people have been dear friends of mine, family even, for the better part of 2 decades. So like, then if that's the case, then no, I don't need to be boss. Like I choose friendship. So like, it really depends on where like your priorities lie, where you're, you know what I mean? Like there's so many things that go into this. Now I want to take it a step further. I have known people, and I think you have too, who won't even be social friends with people they work with because they don't want people knowing their business. It's like they won't even, like if they go on vacation, they don't want their boss to know where they went, or they don't want their coworkers to know anything about their personal life, which I'm like, what are you hiding? What kind of interesting life do you live?
That is interesting. Coworkers who are very private, or when they're all about business, like being focus on the job, doing the job. Mm-hmm. Like you have very little interaction with them. They just do their job and go home. And you're like, what a mysterious person they are. So I guess because you and I, we work in radio, we're used to being social people to begin with.
And being like, super open. Like we have no secrets.
And that's like our natural trait for us with our personality. So when we meet people in different departments, I guess we should say, that are very private or like are just not as social, it's such a tough wall to break through. We're so used to like, for I guess you and I, like it's open door policy lie. What do you want to know? What do you want to talk about? Here you go. Yeah. I'm an open book. But yeah, it's the complete opposite as far as, someone that has like that wall and you're trying to break through it. But I guess that's part of the fun. The chase is always better than the catch too.
Yeah, that's true. All right, let's see what everybody's chiming in. Okay. Dan DeLay, F it, commingle work and personal, get freaky at the water cooler. That's very funny. Thomas is on board. You got to be honest. You can do that without being mean. I agree.
Yeah.
I am all about being honest. And if people don't respect your boundaries, they do not deserve a place at your table. That's just how I feel. Yeah. More today than ever. Make sweet love over the P&Ls. Dan DeLay, you're a shit disturber and I love it. Thomas said if they react negatively, then they just reaffirm your desire to keep work life and personal separate. Yeah. If they're an asshole about it, even if you didn't work with them, that's not somebody you would want to be a friend with. You know what I mean? So like, no, thank you. Don't be.
That's true. Yeah. I feel bad for HR people because I'm sure they want to be friends and like they know. Can't. Yeah, they can't. They gotta be. Wait, make sweet love over
P&Ls. P&Ls is like a budget thing. That's like if you work in like budgeting, it's like a document, P&L document. Don't be friends with HR. It's a trap. Dan DeLay says, that's probably why I couldn't legitimately work in HR. Because I would not be good in that role. I should never work in HR for 100 reasons. Actually, it would not be a good role for that. Okay. I'm so sad. I have to go get my winner. And then I also have a meeting right after that. So that we're cutting it short today. But I'm glad at least we were able to jump on.
Yeah,
and say hello and do a Huey help. And I'm very show your MxPx shirt one more time. I'm very sad that I wasn't there with you, but it looks super cool. That's a great design.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's a Poking at Ya Punk mascot coming out of the Fillmore building.
Yeah, out of the top of the Fillmore.
I gotta really see. Cool. I think their website does sell like stuff after tour. So if the poster's there, I'll go get it.
Support them. They're really great people. And I'm going to take this time to say, go check out the interview that our boy Huey did with Mike. It's up on the Bones YouTube account.
Thank you.
So if you missed that, yes, it's very good. And I love it. So yes, you did that one all by yourself because I wasn't able to make it, but I'm actually glad. I think it worked out better. Great to see you guys. Thank you for being on here. We so appreciate you. I will tell Jay that you miss him. He's running around like a mad guy today. Our fence fell down, so we're working on
what?
Yeah, don't even. It's a whole thing.
Okay.
All right, we love you guys.
All right,
we'll
talk
see
to you later.
Soon.
Bye.